All right, friends, here we go. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Shabbat services at Temple Beth Abraham. They're going to be quite a bit different tonight. If you're used to coming in the chapel or watching from the chapel, we're in the sanctuary tonight because tonight is also our confirmation services. Our 10th graders are getting confirmed, which in Judaism really means nothing. It's really just a trick of getting them to come back so we can teach them while they're actually adults or close to adults, rather than whatever they may be in 7th grade. And we can have real discussions, and it's really moving and fun and interesting. And they're going to be leading much of the service tonight, and 3 of them will be giving drashot. So just a few of them are going to lead, those that I could rope into it and that have been used to leading services for a long time here. Why is it now? It normally is associated with the holiday of Shavuot, the receiving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, which we do in May or June. But I'll be in Israel in May or June. In fact, I'll be out of this country starting on Tuesday, but I'm going out with a bang. We've got confirmation tonight, we've got a big oof roof tomorrow, and we've got Purim on Monday night, Rock and Roll Purim, 6:15. So hopefully we'll see you at many of them. And I think that's all I need to do to introduce. We're going to abbreviate the Kabbalat Shabbat part. We're going to begin on page 12 with Romamu. We're going to ask those who I asked to come lead the Friday night service. So come on up. And if you wanted to be asked and weren't, you're welcome to come as well. And yeah, you got an email. This was the former Glebe A. They were all in what we call Glebe A. Page 12, Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtacharu Le'ar Kosho. Page 13 means Morla David.
Adonai,
Welcoming the Shabbat bride. Oh,
Shalom, Atzeret Allah, Gam V'Simcha U'Zola, Tokem Alei Yam Segula, Boi Kala, Boi Kala. L'Hanoti, L'Krat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah.
We may be seated and we say to any mourners in our midst, may God comfort you with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We're going to skip now to, no, we'll keep going because I already sat you down. I don't want you to have to stand you up right away. So, page 19. Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat, Tov Le'Odo Le'Adonai, U'Zamer L'Shimcha Elyon, U'Zamer L'Shimcha Elyon, Le'Hagim HaMoker Chasdecha, Ve'emunat HaMalecho, Alei Yasur. Continue silently, 19 and 20. Beteni b'shurai, milalai mirim tishmona oznai, tzadik
Katzamar Yifra, Ke'eretz Ba'anam, Yizkesh Tetzulim, Bebeit Adonai, Bechazrot Eloheinu Yafridu, Od Yenu B'Seba, D'Shenim V'Rananim, Yehiyu Lehagi, Yashar Adonai Tzuri Velo Avlatavo.
Nachon Kischa Me'az Me'amata, Nasunarot Adonai, Nasunarot Olam, Yisunarot Dov Yam. Nikolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim Adirim, Mishpereya, Adir B'Maro, Adonai. Please rise, the Baruch Hu. You may be seated. Hi, Mikhail.
Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ba'ari v'aravim.
24.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ha'avetah, Amcha ha'avetah. Torah u'mitzvot, Yukimu mishpati, Otanu limadetah, Otanu limadetah. Okay, Adonai Eloheinu v'shafreinu, V'chumeinu nasiach belukecha, B'nizman b'divrei Toratecha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki en chayenu, Le'orech yameinu, Uvarech nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. Ve'avatecha al tasir, Imenu le'olam bidi, Baruch atah Adonai, Elohei Rama Yisrael, Elohei Rama Yisrael.
Page 25. Shema Yisrael.
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavecha, u'bechol nafshecha, u'bechol me'odecha, Ufumecha, Ukshartam Leos al Yardecha, Vechayu Letotafod Beinenecha, Uvtaptam, Omnizuzot Beitecha, Uvisharecha.
Continue on our own.
Antiskeru, Vasitem et Kol Mitzvotai, Veitem Kedoshim Aleichem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Oseti Ethem Eretz Mitzrayim, Ve'od Lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Amen.
Adonai Elohechem, Emes.
We're on page 30. Top of 32. Malchut Tov Ratzon Kudu Alehem. Moshe B'nai Yisrael Chanishirav V'simcha Rabah V'yamru Kulam. Side of the room first. Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, Abarei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, V'Kol Am Yisrael, V'Al Yerushalayim. Please rise for V'Shamru. Okay, page 35.
Yikadal ve'yikadal shemei rabba Ve'al madi v'rakirte ve'al lit maflute Ve'chayev onu yomechon U'chayev jechol beit Yisrael Bagala bagala U'bizman kari V'meru Amen Yehei shmei rabba mevorah Le'olam lo me'omaya Yitbarach Yitbarach ve'yishtabach V'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Kedusha Le'elam Mikol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata nechemata Damiram be'alma V'meru Amen.
Private Amidah, pages 37 through 48. 37 through 48.
Ose shalom v'imra mavuya ase shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ose shalom v'imra mavuya ase shalom v'imra mavuya ase shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru Yisrael ose shalom v'imra mavuya ase shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru Yisrael ose shalom v'imra mavuya ase shalom aleinu
Of Kaddish Shalem, page 53.
Gadol v'yikra shemei Rabbah, ve'amadi rach yirteh ve'amlech malchuteh, v'chayachon v'yom echad v'yelech v'Yisrael, v'galav yisman kariv v'yimeru. Amen. Yidhei shemei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam le'olam ha'ya yibarach. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kedusha. Le'elam yitkorder ata v'shirata, tu'ishvechata v'nechemata damiram be'olam v'yimeru.
Amen.
Tika balso tehod balso tehod lekol Yisrael kodama v'kon devishmaya v'yimeru.
Amen.
Ve'esh shalom rabba mitshemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'kol Yisrael v'yimeru.
Amen.
Osei shalom miramah v'yasei shalom aleinu ve'kol Yisrael ve'kol yoshvei tevel v'yimeru. Amen.
Yasher Koach.
All right, so I know that everyone is saying, we should have them come every week. And it's true, but they are incredibly busy teens, so we're just appreciative that they're here tonight, part of this confirmation class, and leading the service just so beautifully. Well, now, in addition to song, you're going to have the opportunity to hear words, spoken words, from 3 of the members of the class who volunteered to give mini drashot and to share their thoughts on Judaism, Torah, life, and we're going to begin with Julia Johnson.
Alright, everyone here, on a scale of 1 to 5, like just show me on your hands, how Jewy do you feel?
How Jewy? Well, give us the number. So we're pulling up fingers.
Only fingers. I'm seeing a lot of high numbers. That's good. That was the first thing that Robert Bloom asked us when we walked into confirmation class. Not exactly how religious we are, but just how connected we feel to our Jewish identity. And this reminded me why I decided to take the class at all. Because a lot of kids lose their connection to Judaism once they hit 13. They go to Hebrew school for years and they study for months in preparation for their bar mitzvah, and then once the service is over, they stop going to synagogue and their Judaism becomes a small part of their life. And those years of learning are supposed to prepare them to be a Jewish adult, but instead they lose connection with their Jewish identity. I stopped going to services after bar mitzvah because COVID happened, and so I couldn't exactly go. But still, once I had my bar mitzvah, it was easy to think, okay, I'm done now, and just let being Jewish fade into the background. So that's why I decided to take this class, to strengthen my Jewish identity, not necessarily to start believing harder, but just to become more connected and learn more about my religion and culture. Right now I can confidently say that my Jewish identity is much stronger. I wear a Star of David around my neck. You can't see it from out there probably, but I wear a Star of David necklace all the time. I go to services more often. I read from the Torah last week. And I'm doing this right now. It's important to me that I don't lose connection to my Judaism because I want to maintain my connection to the community, culture, and traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation and have survived centuries of persecution. And that's why I'm a 4.5, I guess, or 5 out of 5. I couldn't think of a better conclusion. So, next person.
All right, thank you so much. All right, we're now going to call upon Eli Mailman.
Just in case you need to know.
That's fine. So, as you might have noticed, set here in front of me is not an actual piece of paper. As I was going to write this, I was in the middle of my finals week. And so, I was just a little bit stressed. The world's moving very fast as we know it. There's a lot happening around us. And so I began to think back on, our classes and what they really meant to me. And I came to this conclusion, which actually fascinated me the more I thought about this. I came to the conclusion that for me, it was a place to reflect on my week, to understand about everything that was happening in the world around us. And we don't get a lot of this time. That is something incredible to me, and it's also incredible to me that we don't take a step back and look at what's happening in our world today. As we know, there's a war in Ukraine happening. There's a lot happening with whether it's our economy, whether it's in our school, whether it's just in our job, or whatever we have outside, that we're so stressed, we're so rushed, we're so focused on this one thing that we don't really take a step back and focus and just relax. This class allowed me to take a step back and reflect, and we sat at these tables and discussed what had happened the week before and how we felt, and all of this, it made me calm. It was the best way possible to end off my week and to start on a new week. It was like turning a page in a book. You end it, or a chapter, more like a chapter actually, you end it maybe on a cliffhanger. You end the discussions because you always ran out of time a little bit. You're always a little bit over. So we'd end and we'd pick it off the next week, and it was always something to look forward to at the end of my week. So in conclusion, I hope everybody, whether it's this service or sometime this week, takes a step back to look back and reflect on everything that's happened so far, because we live in a very busy world and we are only a part of it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Eli. And finally, we have Asa Maslia.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you everyone for coming. It's really nice to see everyone here. Most of the people here I've known since I was little, and I'm so grateful that we are still in community with one another. As some of you may know, I attend St. Mary's College High School in Albany with Eli. And you might be wondering, why are two Jews going to a Catholic school? I can only speak for myself, but I would say that one of the main reasons was because I wanted to be in a faith-based setting. I wanted to be in a place where I knew others had the same type of love for their religion as I did in mine, even if it was not the same one. I wanted to be in a place where others had the same love in their God as I do in mine. Whether or not the same God, I don't know. I can say that going to a Catholic school has actually brought me closer to my Judaism while I was taking confirmation class. Judaism has shown me how much it focuses on present actions. In Judaism, we have mitzvot, a series of commandments that we are to follow in daily life in order to fulfill our purpose here on earth and to grow closer to God. For example, I was so happy to hear what Rabbi in the congregation did for First African Methodist by providing them with our sanctuary during Sunday worship and after the tragic fire. Because the foundations of Judaism have always been focused on our present actions, it shows in much of what we do in confirmation and what Jews have done for centuries, to debate, to have dialogue, to talk to one another about what is happening and what needs to be done now. In our confirmation class, we learned that in Judaism, there's always more than one way of seeing something. It's funny, I was talking to my friend, he belongs to a different religious faith, and I asked him, I said, what do you do in your confirmation class? And he said, well, we have to memorize people who are important to our faith. And I said, I just thought about this for a minute because
We didn't do that here at confirmation. A lot of the stuff we did was mostly interacting with one another, like Eli had mentioned. And I think it was a different way that we could actually learn. There were areas in which we disagreed and agreed, but that's okay, because after all, Judaism was built off of discourse. The Talmud was formed by many rabbis together, and they didn't do that quietly. During our confirmation classes, we learned how to speak to one another during a time where people are scared to voice their opinions and where speech is being repeatedly censored. Confirmation has taught me that if we can hold conversations in this climate, we are able to hold these conversations on a larger scale. We are the light for our people and the light for our generation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Asa and Eli and Julia, for your honest thoughts. And a lot of them alluded to some of the discussions we had. This is a very spirited class, and they had a lot to say, usually on the topic, sometimes just to each other outside of the topic, but that's part of the class too, right? It's part of them reconnecting not only to their traditions and our community, but to each other, to their own community. And it was always a pleasure watching them do that, even if it was a little frustrating at times trying to get some material across, but it was just fantastic to have this group communicating with each other. All right, so as I mentioned, in case you weren't here at the beginning, they're not really confirming anything, and hopefully they feel more Jewy at the end of the class than they did at the beginning of the class. That was my actual language, and if they're not, still they saw each other, and hopefully some of the stuff maybe will benefit them later. But we're going to give them a gift now each. It's the Noah Tishby book on Israel, actually, because they wanted a little more material on that, or maybe we wanted to have them have a little more material on that, some combination thereof. So Susan's going to come and hand them a book, and then I want you to stay up there on the bima, and then we're going to invite some other folks, some of our high school seniors who are here tonight, who will be helping to bless them. Our older students will bless our younger students, and maybe hold the giant talit over their head if we found that. All right, awesome.
Do you want to move the flash down?
Oh, sure. All right, so we can see them perhaps. Yeah, it's true. All right, so I have no list, so hopefully I'll just see them and know that they are that they're in the room. All right, so we're going to start with Ari Kelly and Ian Von Kugelgen. Come on up. Susan will hand you this gift and just stand right in the middle. Have Jacob Zatkin and Eli Mailman. Actually, I should probably go from the other end to get out easier. So Asa Maslia, Oliver Goldman, Ethan Silversweig, Eli Mailman, Jacob Zatkin. All right, go on. And we're going to have Aurora Dornhelm Campbell and Amalia Dornhelm Campbell. We have Margot Remy, Georgia Polston, and Julia Johnson, and Una Swartz, and Eliana Goldstein, and Charlotte Raganis, and Noah Gutkin. And I think that's everybody who's here. Hayden Garfinkel also made it through the entire class, but is away this weekend. And we had a few others drop in as well, at least a couple of times. All right, so.
They're going to have to bust a little.
Yeah, so, well, actually, the three people on each end go and stand on the step behind everybody. And then we're going to stretch it a little bit, maybe even four of you.
Yeah, I would go another one more.
Okay, and so our fabulous seniors, so we're going to invite Avi Paulson and Zachary Fickus and Bela Polston,
And that is not Nate Ilfeld with you. It looked like him, but it is not. Okay. And we need a fourth. So other former confirmand, we're going to invite Yael Kelly to come up. All right, and you're going to take that talit, that gigantic talit, and you're going to hold it over their heads. And we appreciate these seniors' involvement as well, as they have stayed active in our community, as perhaps you will too. Okay, now, as they try to hold that over their heads, before I do the priestly blessing, I'm going to ask the parents of any of these confirmation students to stand up and read where it says Parents' Prayer on this sheet. All right, together, we give thanks for this day and for the years of growth and learning that have preceded it. As our children step forth to affirm their commitment to the ideals and mitzvot of our faith, we recall the words of the Talmud, Brachot 17a. May you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. May you trust the generations past and yet to be. May your heart be filled with intuition, and your words be filled with insight. May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue, and your vision be straight path before you. May your eyes shine with the light of the holy words, and your face reflect the brightness of heaven. All right, and we say, Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. And go back toward your seats, but everyone stand up as we rise for the Kiddush on page 55. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho gavav ratzon imchilanu, zikaron l'ma'aseh b'reishit. Ki hu yom tekilah l'mikrayei kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, kivanu b'charta be'otanu, kidashta mikol ha'amim, shabbat kodshecha, b'yavad u'ratzon, inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, Megadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Chaim to life. And we can bless our own children with the words, if you want to find moms or dads or whatever. Yisimcha Elohim, Gafrai Mechi Menashe. Yeah, you guys should go.
Go to your parents.
Yeah, go to moms and dads.
Go to your parents.
It's only right.
So, and we all say Yisimech Elohim, Kasara, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. May God make you like Ephraim, Menashe, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisemlecha shalom. And we remain standing for the Aleinu, page 57. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tein gula l'yotzer b'reishit. Shelo asanu tigrei haratso, velo samanu mishpachot ha'adama, Shelo samchem kinu kahem, vegor aleinu ke'ol hamonam, Anachnu korim, umishtahavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim ve'yosei haaretz, u'moshe v'karo b'shamayim ima'al, u'shchinatu zo v'gam emiromim, Hu Eloheinu, Einod, Emet Malkeinu, Efezulato, Kantatu, Betorato, Yenat Hayom, Ve'ashirotam, El Levanecha, Ki Adonai, Hu Elohim, Hashamayim, Mima'al, Ve'aretz Nitachat, Einod, Al Kinnikave, Lechadonai Eloheinu, Zerot, V'tiferet Uzecha, Leha Virgilu, Mi Haaretz, Laha Heli, Likarot Yikaretun, Letaken Olam, Lemalchut Shaddai, V'chol B'nei Yisrael, Uvishmecha, Levachnote Lecha, Kol Rishei Haaretz, Yakiru V'yedu, Koresh V'tebel, Ki Lemati Ra, Kol Berech, Ki Shabbat, Kol Lashon, V'nechanai Eloheinu, Yikru V'yipo, V'lik Boshim, Ha'yikar Yiteinu, V'kam V'kulam, V'ol Machutecha, V'timloch Alehem, V'hera Le'am V'eh, Ki Amachut Shachachim, U'el Me'ad, Timloch Ben Avod, Hakatu B'toratecha, Adonai Yimloch Le'am V'eh, V'ne'emar, Al Kol Haaretz V'yom Ha'ahu, Yeh Adonai Echad, U'Shemo, We may be seated as we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends as York said we observed during the coming week. It's a very long list today because of the single Adar. I'm thinking especially today of Shirley Abrams, Olga Banks, Isaac Biederman, J. Leon Block, Sheba Woodland Bookin, Mike Carrillo, Becky Chun, Jenny Coopersmith, Ruth Miriam Cowan, Ella Sauce Davis, Nathan Feldman, Molly Forkos, Moses Frankel, Emily G. Friedman, Ernest Harvey Friedman, Zissel Friedman, Esther Gershenson, Eleanor Goldberg, Helen Goldberg, Phyllis Goldberg, Sarah Goldberg, William Grosskopf, Shirley Hanloff, Minnie Eisenberg, Leon Jaffe, James Jonas, Phyllis Kaiser, Celia Kessler, Daniel A. King, Kurt Kleinman, Ira Kurtz, Shirley Langfeld, Lillian Levine, Charles Marcus, Isidore Margolin, Latifa Nagar, Martin Poland, Nathan Pulse, Maury Ranzer, Uri Rath, Richard Reinman, Lawrence Rothstein, Jacob Rubin, Rachel Rudder, Jacob Sadian, Dorothy Sarver, Jules Sachs, Eli Schwartz, Arnold Schuster, Lloyd Silver, Debbie Simon, Howard Morse Spector, Doris Spellman, Suzanne Spritzer, William Tenery, Harold Youssef, Milt Weiner, Goldie Weisbrod, Sidney Jerome Zagoto, and we're in the Shloshim for the beloved Anne Rapson, the wife of Dave Rapson and sister of Louis Goodman. The memories of all of them with us, we ask all those who are in mourning or observing York side, as well as anyone else who would choose to do so, to rise from the mourner's cottage at this time, page 61. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Yomad Yivrach Yerutei V'yom Lichmachutei V'chayechom V'yomechom V'chayerevol Beit Yisrael V'agalav Yizman Kari V'imru Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Me'o Maya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbahar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kudsha Bariku Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata, Gamiran ve'omah v'yibru. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yibru. Osei shalom v'yibromah, huya asei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yibru. Amen. Zichronam libracha, in the memory of the people you have come to say Kaddish for. Be a blessing to you always. Let us say Amen.
All right, a few announcements. First, there's not only challah, but there is cake afterward in the back part of the social hall, and it says Mazel Tov on it. That's what I've been told. Okay, so there's cake tonight. Life is short. Start with dessert if you have not. First, there should be. I mean, it's a half a sheet. It's probably enough for everybody. We'll try to cut the pieces small to start. And then tomorrow, Saturday morning services are at 9:30, and it's the Ufruf of Benjamin Quay and Jessica Donig, who are a very cool couple. And they're also inviting all their friends who are their cohort from Honeymoon Israel. They all just got back 2 weeks ago from a trip for engaged and newly married folks called Honeymoon Israel. So it's going to be a lot of people in their 20s and 30s here tomorrow. And then Sunday, you're going to either help deliver baskets or you're going to get a basket delivered to your home from Mishloach Manot. And Monday night, Rock and Roll Purim. It's going to be awesome. And wait till you hear Tori Roman on Made You Look parody by Meghan Trainor. It's quite awesome. And on Tuesday, Karen and I fly to London, and we'll be gone for 5 months. I'll be reachable by email, but not very reachable, especially the first 2 weeks when life's rough and we're in London, Paris, Barcelona. And then we'll be in Jerusalem from Pesach on. The following Saturday, the Polstons are sponsoring the Kiddush, so my first week away, you can join Josh and Lisa. All right. So we have a couple of closing songs today, which we're going to do. The first one is called Uf Gozal. I want to actually translate it for you. I probably should have put that on here. I'll teach you the chorus, and then we'll sing the rest. This is by the Israeli artist Arik Einstein, and it's kind of their graduation song. And it might be better than any one we have here. It's definitely better than As We Go On, We'll Remember. So this is it's especially good for the parents, okay? Hagozalim Shali Azvu Ataken. The young birds have left the nest. Parsuk Nafayim Ve'afu. They flap their wings and they start to fly. Vanitzi Porz Kena. I'm an older bird. Nisharti Baken, and we remain here in the nest. Mikaveh Me'od Shakol Yeveseder. I hope very much that they'll be okay, the young birds. Tamid Yadati She'avo Hayom, and I know that I knew that this day would come. Shavut Tzarich Lahi Pared, that we would need to separate. Aval Akshav Zakacha Bali Patom, but now that the moment is here so suddenly, Azma HaPeleh Shani Kitzat Doeg. Is it any wonder that I'm just a little bit worried, a little concerned? Uf Gozal Chatochen HaShamayim, the young birds, they cut the sky. Tus Leon Shabalacha, they fly to wherever they're headed. Rak Al Tishkach, only don't forget, Yesh Nesher VaShamayim Gur Lacha. There are birds of prey, eagles, but we're not talking about they are majestic, but these are scary birds. But it's okay, don't be afraid. Achshav Nisharnu Levadenu Baken. But now we remain ourselves in the nest. Aval anachnu biyachad, but we're together. Chavki oti chazak tagidi liken. Hold me a little tighter. Tell me yes. Al tidagi biyachad kef lehizdaken. Don't worry, it'll be fun to grow old together. Ani yodea shekacha ze bateva. I know that this is the natural way of things. Vegam ani azavti ken. For I left the nest once. Aval achshav. But now that the moment is here, az machnik ksat begaron, there's a little lump in my throat. So that's what this song is about. I'm going to teach you the chorus, as I mentioned, and so that's the third stanza there, or it's indented in the transliteration. It goes like this. I shall sing the whole chorus first, then we'll go line by line. Uf Gozal Chatochet HaShamayim Tus Le'an Sheba Lecha Rak Al Tishkach
יש נשר בשמיים, כולך. All right, repeat after me. Uf gozal, just that. Uf gozal. Hatochet hashamayim, hatochet hashamayim. Tus neyan shebalecha. Try that. Tus neyan shebalecha. Rak al tishkach, just that. Rak al tishkach. Yesh nesher bashamayim, yesh nesher bashamayim, kulecha. All right, let's try that whole chorus together. Uf gozal, hatochet hashamayim, tus leyan shebalecha. Rak al tishkach, yesh nesher bashamayim, kulecha. All right, now we'll begin. Anybody know this song, by the way? Raise your hand if you know it. Anybody? All right, now. A few of you know it from years past here. All right, here we go. הגוזלים שלי עזבו את הקן, פרסו כנפיים ועפו, ואני ציפור זקנה נשארתי בקן. מקווה מאוד שהכל יהיה בסדר. תמיד ידעתי שיבוא את היום שהוא צריך להיפרד, אבל עכשיו זה ככה בא לי פתאום. אז מה הפלא שאני קצת דואג? וף גוזל, חתוך את השמיים, טוס לך שבא לך, רק אל תשכח, יש נשר בשמיים, גור לך. עכשיו נשארנו לבדנו בקן, אבל אנחנו ביחד. חבקי אותי חזק, תגידי לי כן. אל תדאגי, ביחד כיף להזדקן. וף גוזל, חתוך את השמיים, טוס לאן שבא לך, רק אל תשכח, יש נשר בשמיים, כולך. אני יודע שככה זה בטבע, גם אני עזבתי כן, אבל עכשיו שבא הרגע, אז מחניק קצת בגרון, מחניק קצת בגרון. וף גוזל, חתוך את השמיים, טוס לאן שבא לך, רק אל תשכח, יש נשר בשמיים, גור לך, גור לך. All right, and we're going to close with one day as it's about the future and the youth leading us, perhaps, to a better future. And I want to thank Susan Simon for educating these kids, and especially in 9th grade, bringing them to 10th grade. I want to thank our seniors who came as well, especially to help bless and hold the chuppah, Avi and Zach and Bela, and also welcome Drew Kaplan. So
All right. One day, Matisyahu. Sometimes I lay under the moon, thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, oh, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when we feed on the souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day. One day this will all change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like why oh, why oh, why oh, 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 why oh, why oh, 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 oh. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that, and our children will say one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Big thank you to Josh Mailman for photography and streaming, and Ignacio Koach and Mazel Tov to the confirmation class. Shabbat Shalom. We'll see you for cake. You can bring the yellow sheets back to